Hello, and welcome back to the Spooky Horror Show podcast. As always, I'm your host, Sean. Again, I'm joined by Anthony.
Hello.
Today, we're going to be talking about the 2025 horror film, 825 Forest Road. But before all that, remember, if you'd like to support us, if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, leave a comment. All of that helps us with engagement and the YouTube algorithm. The video version of the podcast is also available on Spotify and possibly Apple Podcast. I still am not completely sure if the video version is on Apple Podcast yet, but I know Apple Podcast does the video versions now, so we'll see. Yeah, they just updated to allow it and everything. Over there, you can follow us, rate us, leave comments as well. That also helps with the algorithm. The audio only versions are available everywhere, so you can either watch or listen on the platform of your choosing. Links for everything are in the description below. With housekeeping out of the way, Anthony, what is your spoiler-free thoughts on 825 Forest Road?
Honestly, so I mean, it is a very, like I said, it's a good thriller movie. I don't consider a horror film. It's a good thriller movie. It does actually kind of do a weird, I don't know what those are called, not an anthology, but you get different perspectives in the movie, and I like that kind of stuff because it never gives you too far back. It just gives you a little bit to mesh the two, and then you continue one way. I grew up with Goosebumps, and they had those dumb fucking Goosebumps, which were poorly written. The ones where you'd have to go to page 72, then go back to 15 and shit like that to do different mysteries.
The choose your own adventure type things.
Yes, and it reminds me of that. So I was like, this was actually kind of a cool movie to do like that. So when you get into it and you start watching the movie, you're like, oh, you get your story drawn out for you towards the end conclusion, which I'm pretty sure I was like, oh shit, okay.
I'm a little bit more on the negative side than you. It might just be that I've watched it a lot more than you have. I'm kind of meh on the movie. It's competently shot. Like I'll give him that.
Movie, not like a shitbox like camera view or anything.
Yeah, it looks like a good movie. Most of the actors are great. Some of the story makes sense, and there's some good scares.
Some of it's kind of weird.
But when you put it all together, for me, it's a pretty middle of the road movie. The pacing is good despite the reusing of scenes. Like that for me is a problem. I didn't
think you would like that. I didn't think it's lazy.
I like the chapters.
I feel like you feel it's lazy.
I like the chapters, but then when they're using so much of a scene from a previous chapter, but just turning the camera to someone else
to a little
and everything, it's like we don't need all of that conversation all over again. We've already had that. That's a waste of time. It's now become filler.
I knew you would
like do something else.
Which you are right. You were definitely right on that.
What I'm starting to discover though, watching Stephen Cognetti's films, is that when given the opportunity to shoot a film, he can shoot the hell out of it. But when it comes to writing a film, he isn't that good.
He needs a partner.
Yes, he needs someone else writing these films or co-writing with him. Like something needs to happen.
If we do this,
because I tend to find with every single one of his films, he has the same problems. Storylines that don't make any sense and then never fully explored to make more sense. You get characters that are never really likable, and when you get to the likable characters, they're usually killed off way too quick.
They're dead.
And then there's the endings, like
mediocre.
Like the criticism people have with Stephen King's novels, where I think like the running joke was Stephen King doesn't know how to write an ending. I feel like Cognetti is the exact same way. The endings for all of his movies are fucking dog shit. He does not know how to land the plane, and I don't know how to fix that besides him writing a script and then giving it to someone else to then fix the script.
Yeah,
because
sometimes you need more than one person, or at least you need someone you got to throw it by.
It's like the only one of the films out of all of his films, all the Hell House films, and then this one.
Oh my fucking knees.
The only one that had a good ending was the first Hell House film.
The Hell House. That was like the one that I watched the most.
Yeah, that's the only one though. The 2 was like fine, but 3 was terrible. 4 kind of didn't make any sense because towards the end, the characters just stopped making sense. Lineage was just dog shit. And then there's
What was
this.
the one with the manor?
That was
That was
four.
four?
That was four.
Okay, so yeah,
Where,
that was what I was. I kind of figured we're on the same page with that one. I didn't know the number.
four was great. Four, I think in our rankings, four is.
I think it was. I think it was shot really well too.
It was shot really well. The actors were really good. The scares were probably the best in the series.
The ending was what was worse.
It's just the ending, because once you get to like the last like 15 minutes of the movie, the characters stopped acting like people.
It dropped,
and it just didn't make sense. And then you get to this, and the ending for this was just abysmal. It was so bad, and I was trying to figure out why, and I think it just comes down to Cognetti does not know how to write an ending to a movie. And he really needs to have someone else there looking at these scripts being like, no, like we need to fix this.
That's the missing link for him. That like if he had an ending that would work well,
yes,
it would put him into a different category.
Yes, because if you look at the film, if you look at specifically this film, it's shot beautifully. The film itself is gorgeous. Every scene's a painting and everything. It doesn't really have a whole lot of like hills, which I do feel like he also kind of has like an aversion to showing kills on screen.
No, that's what I said. It's not really. I don't feel it was a horror film. I feel it was just part of the genre,
but
it's a thriller film.
Yeah,
you don't really see the killing.
Anything.
You hear it. You hear the actions or whatever, but you don't see. There's no immense blood.
Yeah, but it's like the spirits that you see, the jump scares that you get from the ghosts are really good. He's really good at creating those jump scares and everything. And it's just like everything else is so good. And then you get to the ending and you're like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, I don't like, come on. You got to do something else. So for me, it's I would still recommend watching it because you get a lot of really good performances from almost the entire cast. There's still the one person in the film that has been in two of his other films that I don't like her performance.
I just don't think. I don't know. This one she looks sickly. I think she was like extremely fucking skinny.
Yeah.
She was very, very like whiny. But I think that was a character.
But that's what she sounded like in Lake of Fire, and that's what she sounded like in Lineage. So I think that's just what she sounds like. So it's like if we have a problem with the way that she sounds, then it's like we just have a problem with her. Like we just don't like her as an actress.
Her acting, not her as a person. Everybody.
Yeah, no, we don't know her as a person.
But
yeah. But as an actress, like,
is she married? Is she married to anybody in the franchise? Is she a wife of somebody? Some nepotism?
Not that I know about. I think Cognetti just likes working with her, so he keeps putting her in. But I don't know. Like I've tried, because like I've watched Lake of Fire a bunch of times. I've watched Lineage, unfortunately, too many times. I've watched this.
I don't watch them. Watched them
5 times.
Once we were done, I was like, I'm good.
And I'm just like, no, no, sorry. No, I don't like her in a leading role. If you put her as like a side character, fine. But once you put her as like a main character, I don't want any part of it. So I don't know. But I'd still recommend watching the film because of how well it's shot. It's just expect to be annoyed by the ending because it just doesn't make any sense. And like, again, this is the spoiler-free section. So once we get to like the plot and then final thoughts, that's when we're going to be full spoilers ahead. And like, I will go into detail about why this ending is just such fucking doo-doo butter.
Doo-doo butter.
But you ready for some production facts?
Production facts.
Okay, so 825 Forest Road is writer-director Stephen Cognetti's 5th feature film and his first feature film outside of the Hell House LLC franchise.
Oh, okay, that makes sense now.
The film stars Elizabeth Vermillier from Hell House LLC Lake of Fire and Hell House LLC Lineage, Catherine Miller, Joe Falcone. I don't know if it's Joe Falcone or Falcone.
Or Falcone.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, you could say it one or the other.
Joe Bandelli, who played the Hell House clown in all of the Hell House movies. Darren F. Earl II is from Hell House Origins, Madeline Garcia, and Leah Rose. The film was released on April 4th, 2025 via streaming on Shudder. It had a short theatrical window with a gross box office of $8,181. And I believe, well, I mean, it's only short, and I don't really remember them advertising anything about this. The only reason I know about it is because I was on Shudder and all of a sudden I saw, oh, what's this? And I clicked on it and I was like, oh, Stephen Cognetti made it. I saw zero advertisement for this. I believe the filming location for this was Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
And that's about it. I don't have a production budget or anything else. I got a location. So it's like, if you like the way like that town looked, that's Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. It's gorgeous.
Well, that's always good when there's the least amount of fucking what it was.
Ready for some plot? Over a video call, Ashley Stork and her friend Natalie discuss their research into an urban legend concerning their haunted hometown of Ashland Falls. Ashley becomes alarmed by loud knocking on her bedroom door. Hiding her research and telling them to come in, she's reminded by Natalie that her family took her brother up to college.
Yeah, they're not home.
You would think she would remember this, but I'm sure parents, it's been so long since we've had to worry about like parents barging in on us and stuff.
Maybe that, I guess, we wouldn't think of it.
Yeah. Natalie offers to come over since clearly her parents aren't home and no one should be in the house, but it's
not safe.
Yeah, Ashley says she's fine though. However, if I'm supposed to be home alone and someone is banging on my bedroom door, the answer is yes. You come over.
Yeah, and I'm not answering it.
You call the cops. You do everything before I have to jump out of a window to try to escape.
Yeah.
You don't go, no, I'm fine. No, someone's just in your house knocking on a fucking door. Like,
no,
call
wait,
the
she's in
cavalry.
her dorm.
No, she's in her home.
Dorm? No, that's even worse. That means they're in the house.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Your answer should be like, how about you
come over
with your parent?
Call everyone.
Come over with your parent.
Tell people we're having a party.
If you have a brother, bring them as well. Like, what the fuck, bro?
She opens the door and nobody is there. So stupidly, she quickly explores the house. There is a spooky old Victorian bitch in her living room that she doesn't see. So I really hate that. Like, it's a cool shot, like panning the camera as she's turning and it's like you're seeing what she's seeing and oh no, it's a ghost. Like, it's fine if she doesn't see it, but she should have at least done a double take.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
she's very oblivious, we've come to that conclusion.
It's one thing if like she's filming it with a camera and the camera picks it up, but she's not looking at the camera, she's looking around and she doesn't see it.
Yeah.
But it's like, we're supposed to be seeing the same stuff she sees. And it's kind of far enough in the background that like, you wouldn't really notice it. Like, it's there, it looks out of place.
It's like you kind of like do that, like,
yeah, but you would do a double take, like as you're looking, and whenever the ghost shows up, nobody ever does a double take. That's the thing that pisses me off. It's like, unless the ghost thing is directly interacting with you, nobody does a double take except for the garden club. The people in the garden club, the
fucking garden club people,
they react. But like, yeah, so it's like, to me, that's something that I'm like, I mean, you could have done something, because it's like, yeah, as you're looking and stuff and you don't see, and you're like, okay, but like as you're going, you're like, wait, hold, and then when you turn back, it's gone, because it's like, as you're panning, you see her, and then when she pans back around to go back to her room, the ghost is gone. So if you did the quick double take and it's gone, then it's like, it's whatever. But it's just a nitpick that I have. She heads back to her room, closing a door, when the banging starts up all over again. She looks at Natalie on the video call, and so the banging's so she goes back into her room. Natalie's like, hey, is everything all right? And she's like, yeah, nothing was there. Shuts the door, and then the banging starts, like, they start pounding on the door. And then we cut to chapter 1. Chuck. Music teacher Chuck Wilson and his dressmaker wife Maria move into a house in Ashland Falls. With them is Chuck's sister Isabel, who will be attending the university on an art scholarship and is still struggling with the recent death of her and Chuck's mother in a car accident that Isabel blames herself for. I'm assuming that she's blaming herself because she was in the car. I think she was the one that was driving.
That's what I got. Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I don't know if they ever explicitly say that she was the one driving the car.
I know, because that's why it confused me. In
the dream, she's driving the car when the accident happens. That's the only reason why I'm assuming
it. So it was like very much, the issue was just
what you were. But I think that's the whole reason. So it's like, I figure we'll, go with that. Over the coming days, while unpacking, Chuck calls his realtor Bonnie and reports a leaking roof, which the previous homeowner claimed was new. I'm gonna let you know right now. Where was the independent like inspector.
Why wasn't he there going to walk through with you? Because that is not good.
Guy said my roof was recently replaced, and like when I bought my house, and when I went up there, by recently replaced, they mean that they just put more layers of shingles on top of the previous layer of shingles. Like nothing was replaced. Things were just, they didn't even repair it. They just put a whole layer of shingles on top of the entire fucking roof. That's all they did.
That'll make the water go away from the holes. Yeah. It's okay.
It's like, that's all they did. So now I have to have my entire fucking roof replaced. So, there's that. So it's like, get an independent inspector. Never trust the previous homeowner.
And I could have swore when we had ours too, for both of our houses, there was like something we even like signed, or we paid an extra like $100 or maybe it was $1,000. That like if something did come up and their inspector did miss they either split the difference of it for you, help you repair something, because that's your whole fucking job, is to do that, is to make sure that you do know that it's that. Like technically the garage never got to get checked. Why? Because they said they couldn't find the key. I'm like, the key was sitting on the fucking counter. How could you have been that blind? So they never got to check it. I was like, no, that's bullshit.
So it's like, when you're buying a house, get an inspector. Don't trust a realtor with an inspector. Get your own inspector to
get
check
a private
their work.
Inspector.
Yeah.
Yes.
And look, and this is the other thing. I'm confused because he's on the first floor and he's complaining about the roof leaking.
I said the same exact thing. I'm like, and I think it was like not even in the middle of the room. It was like kind of like, but from the ceiling of the second floor. And I was like,
there's
that's
no
a
water.
Plumbing issue.
Yeah, there's no water
that's a
leaking.
Plumbing issue. So
they're like, oh yeah, the previous homeowner shot himself with a shotgun.
Yeah.
On the first floor or the second floor?
Second floor.
So it's like, so if that's the second floor, then the leak should be on the second floor, but there's no leak on the second floor. The leak is only on the first floor. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's all fucking confusing. But yeah, while investigating the leak from outside, Chuck meets his neighbor, Larry. When Larry mentions nobody catching how bad the roof was and trying to recoup money from the previous owner, Larry surprises Chuck by revealing that the house's previous owner committed suicide.
Yeah, casually. In which the realtor says that, oh, like that wasn't disclosed. Yeah, but did you know? No one asked about the disclose. Did you know? Because that was like a simple thing they found out.
I'm pretty sure
like,
she
when they
lives in the town too. So she would know, probably. But I guess not, man. It's like, it's whatever. So later, while sending photos to Bonnie to get the roof fixed, Chuck spots a shotgun on the living room floor of one of the photos. The next morning, Chuck finds Maria's old dressing mannequin nicknamed Martha, sure man, on the lawn. Larry joins Chuck while he goes outside to gather Martha and asks about Isabel's mental well-being.
Okay.
I'm like, how does the town know about the mental issues of his sister? Like, this is like
because
this is like the first week.
I think they read it. Probably looked her up.
Larry claims the town is home to several suicidal people dealing with depression. I don't know where this information about his sister is. Like, I can understand possibly the car accident being in the news or in the paper,
but it wasn't even in the same state, wasn't it?
No, I mean, I don't know, because I don't know where they lived, because he lived in New York City with his wife. I don't know where the sister lived. I don't remember that, because I know the sister's like all mad at him. You left us. It's like, no,
that's what I mean.
Got old, went to college. Like it's not leaving. Like, that's another thing. It's like, it's really weird with all the fucking, you left me. It's like, was your mom abusive and you were sad about that, or did he go away to college? Because that's what people fucking do. You're going to college. If your mom was still alive, you would have left her. You would have left your brother. Like, I don't get it. I was sitting there and I was like, how the fuck does Larry know about like his family drama? Because I'm thinking, like, nobody in my town knows anything about me. The people on my block don't even know my name.
Doesn't know me.
Like, they don't even know my name. I've spoken to them occasionally, but they don't know my name.
Know you.
So like, I'm like, how the fuck do these people? I think the majority of my neighbors just look at me and go like, oh, it's that scary white guy, and I'm like, all right.
Good.
I'm not that scary.
Good.
I don't think I'm scary at all. I'm just don't talk to people.
That means that you don't have to be bothered.
Larry also makes like these weird cryptic references to she and her, but only in responses to Chuck's follow-up questions. Like, Larry tells Chuck to read up on the town's history and to look into the social group called the Friends of Gardening.
Yeah. which is weird.
At the local library, Chuck notices a pile of unattended books in one of the aisles. Chuck also has a brief encounter with Ashley in a tearful state.
And wasn't she dead?
No, not yet. I thought this too.
Okay.
So while trying to find a book on the history of the town, Chuck also has a brief encounter with Ashley. And in her tearful state of distress, Ashley warns Chuck to put the books back and just leave Ashland Falls.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, just leave. Don't put it back. Just fucking
When
leave.
Chuck goes to check out the books, the librarian Molly asks him if he's looking for Forest Road. Chuck tells Molly and the library clerk about Ashley and a pile of books, which causes Molly and the clerk to look at each other with concern. But they didn't look at each other with concern about Ashley. They were only concerned about the books.
That is true, because I really thought she was like the ghost that did it.
On his way out, Chuck sees a bulletin board flyer for the Friends of Gardening meeting. So the way everyone is acting around Chuck is giving me these really weird cult vibes. Like, I personally would be on high alert seeing how people are reacting to this stuff. Like the mentioning of books being stacked and getting a weird worried look. It's like, what do the stacks mean? Are you not concerned about a girl that looks dirty, disheveled, and crying all over the place in your library?
Yeah, and they didn't even get up to check it. Like, yeah, that's why I think that's why I thought she was dead.
And instead of being like, it's okay, we'll take care of the books, it's just that worried, silent look. I'm on it.
Yeah.
And everything. It's like, okay, man, like you don't need to be fucking weird about it.
Oh, they had to be all the weirds.
Chuck brings home the books and begins to read about Ashland Falls. He reads an entry about a tragedy that occurred at the town council meeting in the 1980s. He also learns that in 1953, the town renamed all of the streets and redrew the borders. He discovers his address used to be 15 Rose Lane. I don't think it's at this point. I think we're on another day, and Chuck's student Olivia comes to the house for a piano lesson. After he steps out of the room to get Olivia some water, she begins to play the piano more beautifully than before.
I was waiting for it to fucking be the goddamn Hell House sound.
Yeah. Oh, dude, so was I. I was like,
waiting
how
for
are you
that
not
to come
playing
out.
it? How are you not playing
I know.
that? That's just that should just be your
It would have
hallmark
been awesome.
song.
So fucking awesome.
But when she was first playing it, it was awful. And then he leaves the room and he's like, oh, you can actually play pretty well. And then when he turns around, Olivia is standing in the doorway, but the piano is still playing. And she's just she just sat down and started playing.
Yeah, that's odd. Yeah, you didn't think that was odd? You didn't just get up and be like, I'm sorry.
But what kind of freaked me out more, she said that this woman just appeared beside her and sat down, and she didn't see her face.
Yeah, and this didn't alarm her.
But mainly because she didn't want to see it. So it's the woman appeared, she turned, just looked and went, oh fuck, and didn't bother to look up. She was just no, and just got up and walked away. He's like, nah, I'm gone. They're heading over to it and no one is there. And she's like, I think I'm just gonna leave. So she leaves, and as Chuck is closing the door over by the piano, you get another spooky silhouette of this old lady ghost thing.
Yeah. Do we get that one's name?
No, because I don't think we get a name until the garden
appears of oh yeah, it does tell you that.
So that's another issue for me. You're starting to do all this stuff, but I think there's only no, I guess there's 4 chapters, because there's Chuck, the sister whose name I already forgot, Isabel, Maria, and then I think the last chapter is finding the house or something.
Yeah.
I think the Maria chapter is the shortest chapter, because it's just her getting fucked with by the ghost. That's all that it is.
Yeah, basically. It didn't go into too further in depth.
Yeah. So at the Friends of Gardening meeting, which turns out to be a secret gathering of concerned townspeople, including Larry and Molly, the group leader Terrence, and a fellow residents, Carl and Thomas. Everyone discusses how strange events recently started following Ashley's unexpected suicide, and how all of them either lost a loved one to suicide or have been haunted in other ways by a ghostly woman. So was that Ashley's ghost in the library?
See what I'm saying? It seemed like it was the ghost of her. That's why he was just sitting there alone crying. Nobody else heard her crying. You mean to tell me no one heard that shit? That it's a quiet library. Those two people sitting there with no one else in the library didn't hear her sniffling in the corner, or their conversation.
But you see,
they never really explain it.
later, Maria's talking to Chuck. I'm pretty sure it's Chuck, about the recent suicide of one of Isabel's classmates. So Isabel would have been in class with her, but I don't know if she started school when Chuck went to the library. That's another.
Yeah, I know. They don't really answer
that's another
that.
problem with like all these like jumps around and not putting like dates and times and so like we don't know when all this stuff is happening. So that could have been her ghost, or that could have been just before she does.
Or even that day, we never even says it.
But it's like since then, like shit has gotten worse.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. The group finally reveals to Chuck that the mysterious her they cryptically reference is Helen Foster, who's been inflicting pain on Ashland Falls for decades. Their gathering meets in secret and doesn't speak Helen's name because the town fears perpetuating her myth. The group adds that Helen's curse can supposedly be stopped if they can find and destroy 825 Forest Road, which is believed to be the address where Helen was living when she killed herself in the 1940s. Why doesn't Molly, while working in the library, digitize all the info relating to the town and 825 Forest Road?
I don't know.
The way people can like just like leave this town and continue the research, like maybe I'm thinking too hard about this.
It would have been better off.
Yeah,
like, it would have been better
if you're in this town, she can fuck with you, but like if you digitize the information and put it on the internet, then you can just dip out, and then like the ghost can't get you
safely
or whatever.
Research
you know,
it.
yeah, and then come back, or you can have the internet do the research for you. Like there's so many things. I don't know.
Other options.
Yeah, the meeting is cut short when Larry sees a brief vision of Helen walking around they were doing it in a church, right? So she was like walking around in a church. Chuck experiences a second sighting of Helen. On his way out, she is sitting in a
pew.
In a pew. It's been so long since I've been to church, I don't remember. But yeah, that's on his way out. And then we cut to chapter 2, which is Isabel. And we rewind all the way back to the point where the family is now just moving into the house. This is what I'm talking about. We don't need to go this far back. They're all in the living room together.
They do go a little far back.
Like we could have just cut to like, oh, and then go upstairs. So chapter 2 is Isabel. We rewind all the way back to the point where the family is just now moving into the house. In what would be her room, Isabel is messing with the light switch and the ghost lady is behind her. Sometime later, Chuck checks on Isabel to ask about her ongoing therapy dealing with their dead mother and the troubling nightmares she's been experiencing.
That's how you find out about this, is through that.
We also see here that Chuck just doesn't believe in therapy.
He comes off as a much like if he like cares and stuff, but he really is kind of an asshole.
He comes off as a, well, why aren't you better now? Be better.
Yeah, like as if it was something like you could take a pill and like it goes away and doesn't ever come back. And when you later find out like his wife suffers the same way and he acts that way, I'm like, bro, you're a fucking asshole.
Chuck notices several sketches of an old house that Isabel doesn't remember drawing, and one of what appears to be younger in a hallway with an arm reaching out of a doorway and holding her shoulder.
He even axes. But whose hand?
This is just a thought from my pleb brain. But if you do something and have zero recollection of doing it, shouldn't that cause alarm?
The fact that like, did she just I don't know. Did they tell you, did she just recently make that photo? Or has that been around in...
She doesn't remember ever doing it.
And that's very alarming.
Yeah, that sounds like, hey, something's not right. I don't remember ever doing this. I think it's...
Plus the dramatic response from, the mom dying. Like, this is kind of a cry.
I feel like this is around the time I think they get into a fight about her going to therapy and stuff.
Yeah, and she actually thought you would be done with it. Something like that, yeah.
I think she says something like, I'm sorry, I'm not over the death of my mother. And
and he was like,
and he's like,
time to get over or something.
She was my mom too.
Not really.
She was like, since when? And it's like, he went to college. But then I think she hits him with your wife didn't even know that you had a sister.
See,
and I'm like, okay.
So am I under the impression of that like the dude and you and him are getting or married? Aren't they already married? So they're married and you went your whole relationship and never knew that. And then you're this calm about it now. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be that calm about that. I'd be like, you mean to tell me
Yeah.
I married a stranger? Like, you have a whole family and relatives I have no idea about?
Which I feel like this is another thing where it's like, you can't just keep throwing these things at us thinking it makes someone like sympathetic or something like that. Like, you need to give us a reason. Why did he leave? She's upset that he left. Why did he leave and cut his mom and his sister out of his life for so many fucking years? There has to be a reason. It's either Chuck is a complete fucking piece of shit, which means he's not someone that you want to root for. Like, that's not the case. Or there was something going on at home and he had to get out, which kind of makes him a piece of shit for leaving his sister there to deal with it. But at the same time, you do have to prioritize your own mental health, because you can't help other people if you aren't helping yourself first. It's the whole thing with the on a plane, if the fucking air things deploy, put it on yourself before you help anyone else.
EMT school. They tell them in the EMT school, if you're okay, if you're not okay, you can't help somebody else.
Yeah.
Can't save when a broken eye or fucking your head chopped off or your arm's missing. You got to think about this.
If he left and he was just like, no, I'm cutting off all communication with my sister and my mother, and there's never any mention to the father.
No.
So I'm assuming he's not there. Then something had to have been going on. And the fact that it is never fucking explored, you are leaving out a big chunk of like what's going on. Yeah, there's not even a remote fucking hint about what's going on. You left this whole plot point just open, and this is something that he does in every single one of his films. It's like, oh, this will be a cool thing, and then it's just like, no, it's fucking dumb. Fucking close the gap. You don't need this fucking interpersonal fucking Dawson's Creek fucking drama. Like, it's like, hey, I had a life, time got away from me, fucking deal with it. Stop being a fucking baby about it. You're a goddamn adult. Like, if it's just he went to college and then met a girl and fell in love and like things just like went, then it's like,
he got
fine.
older.
But then it's like, okay, well, why didn't you talk to your sister? Why weren't you talking to your mother? You know,
did you not keep in touch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's weird, like this whole conversation, but I do like that quick snapback. Since when? Like, it's like, oh shit.
Since when the fuck did you care?
The next morning, she wakes up from a nightmare where she hears Chuck and Maria arguing about the mannequin being outside. Despite Maria's suspicion, Isabel insists that she had nothing to do with moving her mannequin outside.
Which, when you come to think about it, like everyone was sleeping, and don't they have cameras?
No, they don't have cameras, which is dumb. I think it was like at this point that I was like, yeah, I don't like Elizabeth Familier. I don't like her voice. I don't like her line delivery. It's to the point that if I'm looking away from the TV and I hear her voice, I get angry, because it's everything she delivers has like this raspy whine to it. What do you mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
It's like, why are you talking like that? Jesus fucking Christ. Like, be a person. And it's like, I've never heard her in an interview, so I don't know if that's what she sounds like or if this is like a performance that she's putting on.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those that I'm just like, this is the absolute worst fucking line delivery I've heard from anything. Chuck brings Maria back in. He blames Isabel for it, which again, she denies. And this is fucked up because you know your sister. You know she's going through a lot with the death of your mom and shit. And
I said the same thing. I'm like, you clearly don't give a shit. Or why'd you even bring your sister? Like, you're not willing to communicate and talk to each other.
Yeah, like I know with one of my sisters, if something like this happened, I'd be like, oh no, she probably did it, because I know her and know that she was a piece of shit. But I also, in the height of her piece of shitness, wouldn't take her into my house and move away from the city into the suburbs to give her a more stable, I wouldn't do that. And if I did do that, there would be like a whole bunch of fucking rules set up. So it was like, when I saw, I was like, oh, this is just fucking bullshit. Like, I don't fucking like this at all. It's stupid. Upon Chuck's return home from the Friends of Gardening meeting, so this is now, I guess, a different day or possibly later this day. I don't fucking know.
The days aren't really broken down either. They don't tell you like day 1 to 15, nothing.
Yeah. He returns home from the Friends of Gardening meeting. Isabel tells Chuck that a girl from her school named Ashley killed herself the previous night. Okay, yeah. So wait.
It was like the day before.
Wait, so
he was at the thing.
What fucking days are these happening? So did she kill herself?
It doesn't
right
ever
after?
Actually explore that.
Did she kill herself like right after the library?
Either before or after it.
But then if she killed herself right after the library, then at the meeting, Molly's like, ever since the suicide, all this shit has been happening. And it's like, if it's been a day, how much spooky shit could have happened in a fucking day? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
To get this people so riled up.
Isabel also confesses that strange things have been happening. She can't be sure what's real and what's imaginary. Chuck asks if Isabel has suicidal thoughts after she mentions that her a friend from school named Luke told her about the town and can have like an unsettling effect on people with her mental state. And she tells him yes. I'm assuming this is all just survivor's guilt that she's like suffering from based on like the nightmares and blaming herself for like the car accident and dying and everything. But Chuck advises Isabel to continue therapy and to stop blaming herself for the car accident that killed their mother. So she was driving. Isabel says that it's easy for him to say. This is where she says it's easy for him to say because like he's been gone, and he says, I lost her too. And then she comes back with an even dirtier, you lost her a lot longer ago when you left. You didn't communicate for so long. His wife didn't even know that she had a sister. So it's like, yeah, I get where Isabel is coming from, but at a certain point, you grow up, you need to leave and live your own life.
You guys are living together now. He's taking you in, figuring this out.
And it's like, it's not like she's a teenager. Like, she's an adult. She's in college.
She's like an adult, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
And you can just stay on campus. Like, there's no reason for you to live in town.
Have had it done like, that, yeah.
You know, Luke visits the house. Luke is her classmate from school. He visits the house. He and Isabel discuss various rumors regarding the town's hauntings, including one about a man who hung himself by standing on a stack of library books.
Oh, yeah.
They get rid of the books, and then the books just keep showing up in the exact same spot. This explains why the books keep spooking people, but we shouldn't find out about this
until later.
30 minutes after it happens. Like, we should have known about this beforehand, so like we have some sort of
an idea.
Like, even if it was something, but because it's like I've been to libraries where books are just on the floor. Like, that's not fucking weird.
It's not
so it's
uncommon.
like if he saw the books, picked them up, put them somewhere, and then went to get something and turned around and they were back on the floor, that would have been like what the fuck is that about? Instead, it's like, oh, there's books. Oh, there's a crying girl. Hey, there's books on the floor. I'm on it. Like, that's all right. And then like 30 minutes later, it's like, oh yeah, some dude was standing on books in the library and he hung himself. And now those books just keep appearing, even though they throw them out.
This dude has not been seen around before, and they know that. So like, you know, it's a stranger. He doesn't know about any of that crap.
Luke claims everything ties back to Helen Foster, whose daughter Mary was bullied into suicide. Helen killed the bully and their parents before killing herself with a shotgun in the home of 825 Forest Road. During their conversation, Maria knocks on the door and asks if they were in her studio just now, which is weird because I feel like you would hear the door opening and closing, especially in those older houses. Northeastern houses. All the floors creak everywhere, the doors creak everywhere. Like, you would hear people coming and going. Like
especially in the winter.
Yeah, it's just more of like the weird fucking, hey, we need like interpersonal drama. He doesn't trust her because she put the mannequin outside, but she didn't. It's like, whatever.
I felt like they were trying to put on unneeded family drama between the wife and the new sister, but you don't need that in any of this.
So she leaves. Luke explains the address can't be found because maps from Helen's era were sealed under court order. When the town council met in 1980 to discuss unsealing the records, witnesses reported seeing the council locked inside of a room with a woman who looked like Helen before they were all killed.
All murdered. Murder.
I'm going to get into this a little bit later. None of this makes any sense. Isabel and Maria attend an art gallery show together. Isabel asks if this was Chuck's idea, and she tells her that it wasn't his, it was hers, which confuses Isabel. Isabel casually throws out that she thought Maria hated her, and Maria relates to Isabel's strained relationship with her brother by revealing her own struggles with her bipolar disorder that has caused some stress with her own sister as well as with Chuck.
Because Chuck's a dick.
Yeah, this
when you
is
find
probably...
out she has a disorder,
yeah,
and you find out the way he acts about it, he's a dick.
This is probably the most likable I've found Elizabeth out of all of the Cognetti films. This one scene, this one quick scene, and it's like, oh, okay, but trust me, it's like in 5 minutes, it's gonna get thrown the fuck out the window. Just wait.
I know.
As they begin to bond, a woman in the gallery shrieks and drops her glass. The rest of the patrons begin to leave the gallery as Isabel stares at the painting in question. Getting closer, she can see it's a ghostly image of Helen in the painting. As the gallery is closed, an employee arrives to cover the painting that has been supernaturally modified. Isabel tells Luke she wants to find Forest Road so she can make her recurring nightmares of a frightening woman stop.
Go away.
Again, why are things just like bing bang boom? Why are we not getting more?
Little bit more detail.
Yeah.
Come on now, that might be asking too much nowadays.
Luke warns that Ashley was trying to find the same location right before she killed herself. Now this confuses me too, because when did she kill herself?
I mean, they made it sound like it was before.
Yeah, because she was
after the thing, but it really made it also sound like it was before. So no one ever established the timeline, and you don't even know where you're really at in it too. Like, what day of the week did they get there? When did this start?
Well, because it's like it said that she was looking for it right before she killed herself. So when did her supernatural attack happen in relation to them moving to the town? Did she continue searching for the location? Because I would have figured after the attack she stopped and was just being like haunted, which was driving her fucking crazy.
Or both. Maybe she's trying to do both than getting haunted.
Chuck summons Isabel back to the house to stay with Maria, who experienced a scare, while he goes out, which Isabel suspects is to look for Helen Foster's home. Before leaving, Chuck tells Isabel to pack in preparation for moving out of the house, which is really fucking smart, but probably a little bit too late. Luke returns to the house, and when he sees a picture of Isabel's mother in her bedroom, he comments that it was nice meeting her mother. She doesn't find this joke very funny and corrects him.
Very funny, and he didn't pick up on it very quickly either. Like,
you mean
Maria, that's
right?
not funny, dude.
And it's like, no. Luke tells her that the same woman in this photo is the one that let him into the house and told him Isabel was upstairs and that he would check on her later.
I like the way they did the photos at the end, and we'll explain that later.
Isabel explains that is impossible because her mother died several months ago. She tells Luke to wait in her bedroom, and she heads downstairs to check like what's going on. And as she gets down the stairs, she is frightened by Luke, who is already like right behind her, and says he has to go because Luke knows what the deal is. Get the fuck out of that house. Do not stay there.
He's a local. He knows what's going on.
It's like, nope, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm not dealing with this shit. Goodbye. Like, no, we're not. No. After hearing a taunting voice that is seeming to be Isabel's mother, Isabel and Maria flee from the frightening figure to find that they are locked inside the house. Isabel pushes Maria ahead of her as they rush up the stairs to hide. Maria runs into her studio, thinking Isabel is going to run in there with her.
They split up.
And then instead,
she's like, where are you going? I was like, why the fuck would you split up?
Isabel runs into her room and shuts her door.
Like, are you my real mom?
It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
If there was any moment where I'd be like, I guess my sister-in-law fucking hates me, it would be this moment.
You'd think like as they're running, they'd be like holding hands to make sure that they like stayed together. But no.
Out of fear at the least.
Yeah, and then while hiding behind her bed, Isabel can hear Maria scream from the other room. Cut to chapter 3. Maria.
Dun, dun, dun. Maria.
Maria experiences several odd occurrences, like the repeated reappearance of stacked dishes in the kitchen, which is something Chuck and Isabel's mother would do, and her mannequin moving on its own.
You know what I just noticed? They never really gave us any kind of story on if or why this fucking new wife thinks the sister does all this shit to her. Like, they never said it to us that there was any animosity or like
Exactly.
Anything that.
That's part of the thing that pisses me off, because like she yells a little bit later in like chapter 3, Maria like yells at Chuck. I think it's after the
mannequin.
No, I think it's after the gallery incident. I think Chuck is like complaining about his sister, and she's like, I didn't even know that you had a sister.
Yeah.
Like, you're my husband, and I didn't even know that you had a sister, that your mom just died. Like, all of this is being like sprung on me. So it's legitimately like she's probably blaming her because she has no idea who the fuck this girl is.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, because like you don't even know if this is a lie. Maybe it's a mistress. Dudes do that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like how do you know? You know what I mean? And how do you know the reason why you never mentioned it? So that would be the second question. Like, I don't know about her, and why don't I know about her? What was so terrible that you left? Had a whole new life with me. We start dating, get engaged, married. Guess your parents and family weren't there. Don't even come to the wedding.
Yeah. Because they probably didn't even know that you got married.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck? So what is this dude's issue? You know, like what the fuck?
But they don't explain it. It's one of those things that pisses me the fuck off. It's why aren't you fucking explaining this? This is something that should be explained.
I don't want to deduce something like that. That needs to help me make my story up. I need to get my idea from the information you're given.
While packing to head into the city for work, she's talking to her sister, and her sister's saying stupid shit like, you're not built for the suburbs. And this is so dumb. It's priorities. Her business is in New York. That's great. She has employees that can run things. It's not like she's the only person there. She doesn't need to be in the place all the time. It's a 2-hour commute. You could be home and work from home, and then when you have important meetings, you can drive. Plus, I think they're supposed to be in Pennsylvania. You can just hop a train. You can hop an Amtrak.
Oh yeah,
and take that right into the city. Like, there's so many things. I hate when and keep in mind, I am a city person. 25 years of my life, I grew up in New York City. It's like, I fucking get it. But like, when city people go, oh, fucking suburbs, it's like, yeah, priorities change. You know, I don't want to live on top of other people. You know? Do I miss being able to go
to do that New York hard life, dude? No, no.
They were able to move out of New York and buy a house. So they went from a tiny apartment to owning like a 3-floor home. That's a big thing. Where you're not built for the suburbs. You're not built to hold your wine. Like, come on, like fucking stop. It's so fucking dumb. And especially like the 2-hour commute. I was telling you that you should take the kiddo to Philly to go to the Netflix house to check out the One Piece thing. Yeah. And you were like, oh, that's a far drive. And I'm like, I drove 3.5 hours to Dallas and then 4 hours back same day just to go to the Stranger Things one there. It's like, you just drive. It's what you do. It's like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
You pick a day to do it, and you just go and do it. When I still lived in New York and worked for National Grid, I would have to drive from Staten Island to like the middle of Brooklyn, and that was with traffic.
That's twice as long.
It was like a 2.5, 3-hour fucking commute to get there because of traffic.
And that was only for 5 miles.
Yeah, it's
like
it's just, you just drive it. Like, it's not that big of a fucking deal. Like, I'll never fucking understand it. And granted, if I could sell my house and have you played Spider-Man 2 yet?
I don't know. I don't think I have.
The one where you end up becoming Black Suit Venom?
I don't think I have.
Okay.
I think I only have Miles Morales, I think.
Yeah, okay. If I could sell my house right now and buy Miles Morales' apartment, I would do it.
Oh,
his apartment is like the family apartment. I think it was like a 2-bedroom apartment, a big open living room, kitchen, dining room area. It's a beautiful fucking apartment in the middle of the city. Bodegas all over the place. You can quickly grab food. Restaurants everywhere. That's fucking amazing. If you play Spider-Man 2, there's sections of it where you're in Aunt May's house because Peter.
Oh.
After she dies, Peter takes over the house. So you walk around this house. So if I could sell my house here and buy that house in Queens, I would 100% do it. It still has a backyard. It's not nearly as big as what I have now, But
now
the house is gorgeous, and it's in a city that has fucking everything. You know, I don't have to be like, oh man, I wish this had this. No, it has it. It has it all. Like, it doesn't fucking matter, you know. But that would still technically be the suburbs. So it's like, it doesn't fucking matter.
No winning.
Yeah, it's like priorities will change, and it's like you can't be a fucking 22-year-old making it in the city forever. At a certain point, you have to grow the fuck up, and it seems like her sister just does not want to fucking like ever grow up. While leaving the room, you see, I believe, a ghostly image of Helen in the hallway mirror that goes unnoticed as usual. And then while pulling out of the driveway, she hears what I'm assuming is a podcast where they're talking about Ashley killing herself, and then she realizes that was Isabel's classmate that killed herself and had mental health issues as well, which is probably why she wanted to bring her to the art gallery. But that's when they also bring up that there's been a lot of deaths in this small town, and as she drives away, there's a ghostly figure standing in front of her car that she just doesn't notice. But this is a cool scene, and I think it's supposed to be Martha all fucked up, because they didn't destroy Martha yet.
No.
But I think as she's driving away, it looks like a ghost. You would think it's Helen, but it doesn't fully look like a person. It kind of looks like the mannequin, but it looks like the mannequin that all burnt up and fucked up, which doesn't come till later.
It's like kind of messed up and distorted, like it's been melting.
We then go a little bit, I guess, like a couple of days later, because she's supposed to be going into the city for like a day or two. She's doing a live stream, doing a dressmaking tutorial. She's doing it through her laptop webcam. Okay. She picks up the laptop and goes into another room to show the viewers the fabric that she picked up. And when she gets back into the room, Martha is facing a different way.
Dun dun dun.
This is where during Isabel's chapter, she came in to ask if they went into her studio
to fuck with it.
We've talked about this a lot in films where they try to portray content creators and streamers and stuff and just not understanding anything.
You can't make it sound so terrible.
Well, they're playing like all the dialogue from the original scene during Isabel's chapter. How do we hear it?
But I've said it to you that it's a lot of it is filler. They're using it up because I don't think he had more script.
No. How do we hear the conversation that she's having? She doesn't have a wireless microphone. She's using the built-in microphone on the webcam, like on her laptop. The laptop is in the studio. He left the studio, walked down the hall to another room, and walked into another room. How the fuck are we hearing the conversation that she's having 2 rooms away so crystal clear? That only happens if she has a wireless mic on. She doesn't have a fucking wireless mic on. You don't understand how streaming and content creation works. Don't put it in your fucking movie. Stop doing it. It looks fucking stupid. And it gets even worse a little bit fucking later, but whatever. So now Maria even seems creeped out by Martha, and coming home from the art gallery, she tells Chuck about the experience. They don't really think, I personally don't think we need this scene of them talking about all of this. I don't feel it really does anything.
It has to do anything to do with the actual move.
But we get another day now, and Martha's doing Maria is doing another live stream with Martha right behind her, and Martha's arm begins to move, prompting her sister, who's watching, to try to call her and text her. Maria ignores it and tells her she'll call her after the stream. And when she tries to call again, Maria picks up the laptop, leaving the room to show her sister the dresses for, I guess, her upcoming wedding. As she gets up, Martha full-on moves, and when she comes back, Martha is gone. Finally,
that's the one where she picks up the phone.
She picks up the laptop and the phone. But finally, looking at the text, she reads, "Get out of the house now." Then she looks behind her and sees Martha's gone and freaks out.
I wouldn't look, I'd run. I would just leave.
As she goes to investigate a loud bang to find Martha in another room. Martha moves towards her as the door slams and freaks her out. Cut to her and Chuck burning it in a barrel outside. Are you ready for this rant?
Everyone knows you don't burn it yet. You haven't cured the curse. You're just making it worse.
Are you ready for this rant? Again, it's about content creation.
Why?
She's live streaming to her blog tutorials about dressmaking, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did she do that? Like, what did she do in that scene?
She didn't show you set up anything. She just was floppy.
She just opened the laptop, hit a button, and then started talking to people.
Well, yeah, they didn't make it very realistic.
So were all of these people just sitting there, being like, ooh, is she coming online? Is she coming online? Where is she? Where is she? Like, that's not how this shit works.
Well,
like, none of this is how this works.
Wait a minute. Well, I'm not defending this, but when I had like my thing with the union, we had one. They were in it. We went into they gave us a link to go to the chat room.
But that's a union. She's a content creator.
The same thing for the classes.
She does live streams.
Yeah, you'd have to go into a few things.
Like you would wait for people to fill in and then you go. This is she just opened up the laptop, hit a button, was like, "Hey everyone, we're gonna be doing this today." Blah blah blah. Like that's all she did. There was no like setup, like nothing. Number two, there's no wireless lav mics. There's no wired mics. There's just a laptop mic. There's no real camera. It's just a laptop camera.
And that would sound terrible.
Yes. And I could forgive
very bad.
I could forgive a lot of it because the laptop, the MacBook webcams have gotten pretty good, but no real mic. Get the fuck out of here. Even if it was like one of the little like magnetic ones, like the ones that I have, like the Deity mics or a Rode mic or something like that, something like that. But no, we don't get any of that. So we're supposed to believe that we can hear the conversations that she's having from other rooms down the hall without a lav mic. It's like, sure. You know who she's streaming to? All she did was open the laptop and push a button, and it was just like no one would fucking be there. Like you'd have to send out a social post and then let people gather and like do all that. And then more importantly, how does she not see Martha moving? She's looking right at the screen.
I see. Maybe she shouldn't have good peripherals.
But no,
maybe she thinks that that has to do with some of her bipolar.
She's using the webcam, but if you look at her eye line, she's not looking at the webcam. She's looking at the monitor when she's talking.
So the monitor would actually show it.
You would see it moving in the monitor. So yeah. Even if you didn't catch the hand move, when she gets up to leave, like the room, she's looking dead in the monitor. You can see she's looking right in the monitor, and Martha's hands go up and turn to look at her. She would immediately fucking see it. Immediately see it. The only way she wouldn't see it is if she had a separate fucking camera that was detached from it and she just picked up the camera and walked out of the room, because then she's not seeing the monitor. She just has the fucking camera and she's talking to a camera. But she's holding the laptop with the screen. It's a teeny tiny camera and then a whole fucking monitor. That's all that she's seeing. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense. This is a scare that, like, while it's happening, I was like, this isn't fucking scary. The second she lifted up the thing and the hands moved, she could have fucking turned around. At least, like, even if she's still holding the laptop to show everything, she could have at least
give a reaction.
And, like, turned, and, like, that's when Martha's head, like, turns to look at her, and that should have freaked her out and made her run. Like, that's what should have happened. But it's like, again, it's people that don't understand streaming and content creation think it's just, oh, well, they just like open up their laptop and push a button and they just start talking to a camera. And that's not what it is. Like there's a whole fucking,
there's a lot involved. There's so much involved.
Ow, fuck. I just kicked a fucking box. For this is a recorded podcast that is going to be edited and put up. And even when we were still live streaming, all right?
We still did it. We still had a lot of shit we had to do
for now. There's OBS is open to get everything to put it where it needs to go. Then Discord is open on one monitor with a pop-out screen of Anthony's camera. Right down below that is Audacity catching a float recording of the audio so that it has better audio recording than what's going into OBS. Then there's on my end. Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K that is recording on that. Anthony has a Lumix G7 doing his, and then I have an iPad Pro M5 that has Blackmagic's software on it, where I can control the white balance and the sync and the recording of everything on the camera. There's a whole fucking thing, and then there's the Audio-Technica fucking mics. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit that goes into this, and these people think, oh, you just open it and go, boop, hello everybody, we are gonna go do the talk of the stuff now. Like, that's not how this shit works.
Do the stuff now.
That's not how this, and especially she's doing a dressmaking live stream. Like, there's a whole fucking production that would go into this. She would need a top-down camera. She would need a better space for her stuff. Where's all of her equipment for dressmaking? the fabrics are in a completely separate fucking room. Like, this is something that should be in the fucking basement, where she could just take over the basement and turn it into a fucking home studio. Like, what are we doing? Like, this doesn't make any sense. This is a whole fucking, like, plot point that should have just been cut out. There's no fucking reason for any of this to be there, especially since the filmmakers have no fucking clue what they're talking about. It's so aggravating. It's one of those things that I get fucking punchy about. You don't understand how that shit goes. Just don't fucking put it in the thing. Just don't. There's no reason for it. Just stop. Please. I'm begging you. Please. Just fucking stop. And then the whole, like, not like, oh my God. Oh, I hate it. It's like most fucking laptop webcam fucking thing.
We broke Sean.
Okay. Anyway, we get to see the fight between Chuck and Maria about moving out of the city, and that he should have left Isabel to fend for herself, which is kind of fucked. But Chuck says that he can fix this and that they're gonna leave, so pack up. Remember how before at the gallery I said this is probably the only time that I really liked Elizabeth Familier. It's like, wow, this is a really good performance. She's Maria. Like, I like her performance and all this stuff. I'm right back to fucking hating her. I did. It's like this whole fucking scene is just her fucking whining, and it's just so fucking dumb. It's so fucking dumb. Why didn't you leave your sister to just fend for herself? I didn't even know you had a sister. Okay. Oh, well, I do. And my mom just died, and she's going through something. As
he gave like a small explanation.
Yeah, and she's like,
like she doesn't have anybody.
Why do we move away from our small apartment in the city to move to this really big house in the suburbs?
It's like, Jesus Christ.
What are you fucking? You sound like the chick from fucking Big Mouth.
Big Mouth? Yeah. Fucking who does that? Nick Kroll. But that's what she sounds like to me every time she talks, because it's just that fucking, just like, please just shut the fuck up, please. That's why I'm so happy what happens to her in the fucking movie during Helen's appearance.
Appearance, dum dum dum.
I'm trying to think what this scene was. Okay, so this is where Chuck calls Isabel to come back to watch Maria, because he's like, oh, she's having an episode. So he's thinking, oh, well, now Helen is gonna do shit to her. So hey, I need you to come back. Please keep an eye on my wife and just start packing. We're getting the fuck out of Dodge. During Helen's appearance, while she and Isabel are left home alone, Helen Specter attacks Maria, and then afterwards, this is where Isabel runs into her room, Maria runs into her studio, and then Isabel is sitting on the floor fucking crying, and then Isabel is attacked.
You hear that loud fucking thump.
Maria's attacked, and then after the attack, she just walks into Isabel's room like nothing fucking happened.
Like nothing happened.
And it's like, hey, come on, it's
Isn't
okay.
That suspicious?
And then points out that, but Isabel points out that Maria's like face is bleeding, and when you look at it, she has kind of like a ghostly, like gaunt appearance to it.
Like the spirit's been through her.
Now we're up to chapter 4. Forest Road.
Dun dun dun.
Luke returns once more to show Chuck and Isabel how prior to her death, Ashley figured out Forest Road could be found using old power grid maps, which the town neglected to account for. On the grid maps, the three of them follow the power grid lines to a forest location, which they speculate to be 825 Forest Road, that no longer appears on the town map. Bonnie, the realtor, finally decides to show up, but not to fix the roof, instead to get her video testimonial with her videographer, Julian. Chuck is now indisposed and is trying to get her out, but Maria comes down being all creepy and is like, no, it's okay. I can do the interview. And I'd be like, no, you need to go upstairs. You like,
not to mention,
no, she seems fine.
How much involvement? Oh, the other fucking lady's crazy. Yeah, she's fine. No, she's not.
No, look at it. She's like, what do you mean? I'm fine, everybody. It's like, no, fucking get her out of here.
Let me tell you about my child. Wait, what child? Yeah, like what child?
Yeah, it's so fucking. Oh, you mean Isabel? What? No. Isabel asks Luke to stay behind to keep an eye on Maria while she and her brother head out to search for Forest Road. Why is Luke doing this? Like, you can look at
I feel like
Maria.
He feels that he could break a curse or something that, like, I guess they stumbled into.
Isabel's hot. He's hoping to get some. So he's trying to play the long game, but you don't play the long game in a spooky ass haunted house. You get the fuck out. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on her
out.
from my car outside. I'll look through the window.
I'll
make sure everything's
you
okay.
on the phone.
I'll go get
We'll
Larry,
zoom.
the next door neighbor, and we'll just watch from his
Zoom,
house with
zoom,
binoculars. Like, we'll be fine. Like, no, I'm not fucking going over there. You're out of your fucking mind. It's like he's doing these people a solid by hanging out in this haunted house after just witnessed a bunch of paranormal incidents, right?
Yeah.
I would have already been out of there.
Fuck yeah.
It's like,
I know not to do that
like I
shit.
said-
We don't want to know why, because we do this shit. That's why I don't do this shit.
yeah, but I mean, you know, he, like you said, maybe he thinks he can fix it. So he's like, he's in it for the long haul. So Chuck and Isabel head out into the woods and they find this remote house in the woods. Underneath the floorboards, Chuck recovers a collection of letters written by Helen Foster that appealed to the parents of her daughter's bullies,
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Charles Clark, to stop their children, or their child, from harassing her daughter. From the address on the envelope, Chuck realizes that 15 Rose Lane, where he lives now, was actually Helen's home, and the Clarks were the family who lived in 825 Forest Road. So they live in Helen's house, and she's hurting all these random people. Why?
I have no idea. I would think for payback, but none of these people are fucking alive. She terrorizes the whole entire town.
Your daughter was bullied into committing suicide. So now you're bullying innocent people into suicide.
Yeah, that's how that works. Don't you know that?
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. None of this makes sense. While Maria gives her on-camera interview at the same time, she begins speaking as Helen as she describes how the town's inaction against her daughter's suffering at school drove her to commit murder. It's not the town's responsibility to fucking
or generations of it
to keep a bully in check. Like that's not the town. You go to the fucking school, you go to the parents, you go to cops, and you go to fucking lawyers. Like, that's what you do.
You
now,
don't
granted,
go to
I
the
think
town
this
to
is like,
lynch the 10-year-old. Like,
Yeah,
we
I
could
think this
have
was
done this with the parents.
I don't even remember when. Was this like 1840 that it happened? So it's like...
It's like generations she's been plaguing them, it sounds like.
Maria ultimately transforms into Helen before suddenly and violently attacking Bonnie, Julian, and then Luke. Upon learning the truth about the address, Chuck hurries upstairs in 825 Forest Road to collect his sister, only to find Isabel standing in fright in the doorway, looking exactly like that sketch that she drew that she didn't remember drawing. Isabel tearfully apologizes to her brother as a black hand reaches out and grabs Isabel. Chuck rushes to rescue his sister, but they both become locked inside the room with the frightening figure, I guess. And that is the end of 825 Forest Road. Anthony?
The ending was such a bad ending.
What are your final thoughts?
Like I said, I actually liked it. I thought that, like I said, it was a weird acting. It felt stiff. There was just something missing in it. Maybe it was just like a disconnect from the script, apparently. But the ending does suck, though. I will admit that, though.
Yeah.
The rest of it I thought was cool. I like the going in the chapters and going back a little bit, but they went all the way
back.
You said, they went far back.
It's like, why are you so far back?
To recap. Yeah. Like what are you doing? It was 4 recaps of like 5 to 7 minutes, and I'm like, but I've seen this. Just it's a different camera angle. Like I don't really need to see it again.
Yeah, you literally.
But I didn't have as many pet peeves of it.
Go back to 1, and then they just turn the camera and move the lighting. It's like, come on, man.
That's it. And I was like, that's not exactly how you turn back the chapter.
Yeah.
But I like that crap. That's where me and you were different with that.
Yeah. No, but it's like I liked the chapters. It's a good way to break it up where you're seeing like
it's too far ahead though.
Chuck's experiences with everything, and then you're seeing Isabel's, and unfortunately you're seeing Maria's.
And
my problem is that
like
they went too far back.
Yeah. And I do agree. I don't like that they didn't answer a lot of stuff that they just said small bit, and we're like, nah, you know what? You don't need to know anything else about that.
But you see, that's the thing with Cognetti's films. He keeps like introducing all these things that like make you like question things, but then he's like, well, it's not important. Then why the fuck did you bring it up?
Why'd you get me interested in it?
Yeah, like there's no reason to bring it up. And it's like, oh well, the drama. It's like, don't bring up the drama if you're not going to resolve the drama. Like it's stupid. because it's like when they cut to like the chapter with Isabel, instead of starting down in the living room, she could have already been upstairs, and you just you'll hear something from downstairs to let you know like, oh, she's in the room and she's like futzing around with shit. But yeah,
maybe they were trying to fill out the time like you were saying.
Yeah, I really wanted to like this movie. Honestly, I've dreaded having to rewatch this for the past 2 weeks.
Really?
We could have recorded this like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, or even before that.
There was something. I just
didn't want to watch the movie again. Like, honestly, that's what it came down to. I've seen it so much that like I was just like, I've seen
it like 7 times. It wasn't that bad to me.
Yeah, and it's like I sit there and I'm just like, because I know that what the ending coming, and it's just not a payoff.
There's no climax in it. Yeah. There's no ba-bang. There's no end of the Tootsie Roll pop.
Yeah, as I said in the spoiler-free section, it's competently shot. The cinematography is really good. Everything looks beautiful. Most of the actors are great. The only person I really have a problem with is Elizabeth Familier. Whenever she starts talking, I'm immediately taken out of the film. Like any film that she's in that I've seen her in so far, I just really don't like her. Out. The jump scares that they do are good.
They're not great,
but some of them make no sense.
But they were good.
And they don't show any of the kills. They should have shown some of the kills. And the ending,
we're very kill oriented.
The story and the ending, it's like, what the fuck. So this Helen chick's daughter is being picked on and bullied. She goes to the cops, city officials, like whatever, and the bully's family, and they all do nothing. They all tell her to fuck off. So after her daughter kills herself, she goes and she kills the bully and the bully's family. Makes sense.
Then goes on a rampage
I
in the city.
I don't agree with it, but it's one of those things where it's like, if you keep picking on someone, eventually they're gonna fight back. Like that's just what's gonna happen. You can't keep punching down on someone and expect them not to punch back. Like it's gonna happen. But now all this bad shit is happening in the town, and they're all her doing, but these people have nothing to do with it. Wouldn't it be more logical that her ghost is helping the people suffering from mental health issues when we find out that the house everyone is looking for to break the curse, 825 Forest Road, isn't her house, it's the bully's house?
Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't it be a more happier thing?
Wouldn't Helen have been trying to keep Isabel from going to the house? Why is she letting her go? Why are all these people with mental health issues? Why is she like making them kill? Because Helen wasn't in the house grabbing Isabel at the end.
No,
because Helen was at her house attacking.
So it does
Luke
travel
and everyone else. So something else was in that house. What else was in that house? Was it the bully or the family? Was it like their evil spirit?
They don't address it.
Why are they covering up 825 Forest Road and not her house?
Yeah.
Why didn't they demolish 825 Forest Road and demolish her house so those houses didn't stand? Why didn't they do any of that? So now Helen takes over Maria and kills Luke and Bonnie and the cameraman. Again, people that have nothing to do with anything. She doesn't stop Chuck or Isabel from going to 825 Forest Road. Meanwhile, at 825 Forest Road, Chuck discovers this and rushes to get his sister, only to find out that the creepy picture that she drew with her standing in a hallway was a premonition because the ghost hand tried to pull her into the room, and Chuck tries to stop it, and then they both get locked in there, forever killed. The end. What is
That's
this?
It. They didn't explain it. Who the fuck pulled her in? Is that what do they have to do with it?
Both are evil? Who is the other ghost?
Like,
is it Helen's daughter?
Yeah.
Is it someone from the bully's family? Is it the bully itself? Why is Helen killing people when she should be saving them? It's like, these are all questions that need to be answered. If someone that could competently write a horror script could have a crack at this, but instead we're left with Stephen Cognetti that doesn't know how to flesh out a story.
Piece it together. Yeah.
It's like, I feel like he goes, oh, well, like this would be a cool scene and this would be a cool scene, and let's just kind of like
mesh it
together. And it's like, that's not what you do, man. You gotta like think this stuff through, read it, act it out, and be like, well, this doesn't seem normal. Well, shit, like this isn't happening the way that it should, and we're just not getting it. We're not getting any of it in this film. I don't know.
What you want to come up with at 3?
Like, I would do 2.5.
You can break difference with 3.
I can split the diff with 3 because like The film is beautiful.
Yeah.
There's just one actor that's a problem for me in this entire fucking film. The story could be really cool. You need to show the kills that are happening, especially since the majority of the film, it's just like jump scares. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
what I
get
mean. It really wasn't
And,
like
like,
a
that's-
scary.
That's all that it is. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, you're gonna get me? Okay. If all of this is happening and then like does the ghost see, like I don't even know, because they don't actually show the ghost doing anything. Right now it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
she's like scaring you and she's like trying to fuck with your mind.
Or you just disappear. No body.
Because it's like, what if you just go, no? Like she goes, oh, I'm gonna get you, and you're like, no, sorry, no. I need to get a good 8 hours of sleep. I don't have time for this. I'm gonna go to sleep. It's like, no, I'm gonna get you. It's like, no, you're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
No. It's like, no, I'm gonna get you. It's like, no, you're not. Then what does it do? Does it attack you? Because we don't really know.
You don't know
It doesn't
because
really
you don't
show
see
you.
it.
Exactly. So it's I don't know. So yeah, it's like I would do 2.5, but if you want to do 3, I can go as high as 3, because pretty much everything else with
I
it
won't go higher than
is so good that it could be good. Like I could put this at a 4 if the script was better, if the ending was better, if they showed more of the
I can
kills.
understand that.
And it's like the kills don't even have
they
to
tied
be
in.
gory. But yeah, I could do it 2. 3. I could do 3. The next podcast is going to be Blood and Honey.
Poo. It's the poo.
We're going back
Poo.
to the
Pooverse.
Pooniverse ranking system.
Pooniverse.
Yeah.
Pooniverse. The poo-poo-verse.
Twisted Childhood, whatever fucking shit, with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and then Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. So thank you everybody very much for hanging out with us at the Spooky
Oh my
Spooky Horror
God,
Show
my
podcast. Remember to follow us on all social medias, and we will see all of you next time. Go watch some horror movies. Bye.
Bye.